Listen, we talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs?
Come after me! I'm a man! I'm 40!
For one thing, their fat little girlfriends are telling them what they want to hear.
It's Division I football! It's the Big 12!
They are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Hey, what's going on? You remember the sounds of that? It's been a while, but this is what we're talking about. How are you? With you, as always, podcasting. I am Michael Spencer. He is Chester McGuire. I completely forgot my intro there. I didn't usually.
On livingonsports.com, I believe is what you wanted to say.
Yeah, but now I feel like we're more places than just livingonsports.com. And what I had a really
that is our flagship.
I had a
station,
really
though.
good intro though. What was it? I can't even remember it. It's been that long since we did the show. Something about 63 and 70 from the intersection of 63 and 70, the heartland of Middle America. This is what we're talking about. Wow. It has been a while. A lot has happened, and we won't touch on all of it, or we would be here for a month, because that's about how long it's been. But the biggest thing going down this week, obviously, is the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Colts, Saints. I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's going to be a fun game.
Media day today in Miami, and Chase Daniel was present. Yours and my favorite.
Made me so mad when I saw him on the sideline in the NFC Championship. At that moment, I started rooting for the Vikings.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, part of me, and I don't really dislike Chase that much, but I do a little bit. Part of me really just roots for the Colts because Chase plays for the Saints. I wonder what it would be like if Chase wasn't on the Saints roster.
Oh, I'd be much more for that. I mean, either way,
I think
happy,
right.
Even with Chase, I'm happy with either team. I think both quarterbacks deserve a Super Bowl. Manning definitely deserves a second, and Breeze should get one. But I'm not going to be unhappy with the outcome, except for the fact that Chase Daniels is going to get a ring, probably, or maybe. I don't know.
So you're picking the Saints?
I don't know. Dwight Freeney being out really makes me want to pick the Saints. I think they can show up for this one. I think their offense has just been too good, and the Colts really did not look that great on defense against the Jets.
See, I don't think that matters because I think the Colts offense will overpower the Saints defense.
You think so?
Yeah, I really do. The Saints defense is awful. They were like 24th in the league. Now they got better in the postseason. Throughout the playoffs, they got better. But if that game between Minnesota turned the ball over 5 times and still had a chance to win.
Yeah, that was rough. But if you look at the game before that with Arizona in that high-powered offense, they pretty much shut them down after that first couple drives.
Yeah, but I don't think that Arizona and Kurt Warner are the same team as the Colts and Peyton Manning.
I'd say, passing-wise, it's almost even a better weapons-wise.
The Colts are?
No, the Cardinals.
Oh, no.
Larry Fitzgerald, Bolden versus, Garcon and Wayne?
No, I don't.
Garcon's really stepped it up, but I think
and you got Dallas Clark as well.
I think the Saints have a better defense than people are giving them credit for. That I think they're going to be able to pull it out, especially if Dwight Freeney doesn't play. Now, if he does play, then I'm not so sure because Breeze doesn't do so well under pressure.
I'm picking the Colts no matter what.
Okay.
Now, the interesting thing for this, and I read something about this online the other day, Archie Manning, he's sort of torn between a rock and a hard place. And people were actually upset that Archie Manning is going to root for Peyton in the Super Bowl and not root for the Saints.
Well, to me, that was one of the more dumb headlines, along with Tiger Woods at fault one car crash. Like, Archie Manning to root for Son. Really?
Well, and see, that's the thing. Like, it's a duh question, but people were actually upset when he said, yeah, I'm going to root for Peyton and not for the Saints.
I mean, I can see a Saints fan being moderately upset, but then think about it. Why wouldn't he root for his own son?
Right, and the argument they made was Peyton already has a ring. The Saints deserve a shot at a ring. Archie, having played for the Saints, should want the Saints to win. No, garbage. That's your kid out there. You've watched him since he was 0 years old. You watched him progress, and he couldn't be happier, I don't think, than seeing Peyton win another Super Bowl.
No, the only tough decision I should say he will have is if it's Peyton versus Eli, but I don't think that'll happen. I think Eli's had his one and done.
Oh, one and done on Eli.
Calling it.
Calling the John Wall for Eli. So now, this past weekend was the Pro Bowl in Miami. The first time the Pro Bowl had been played outside of Hawaii. It was played both the week before the Super Bowl. We've heard all the hype, blah, blah, blah. What did you think?
I thought it was stupid. I didn't like it. I think the players, from what I'd read, really liked going to Hawaii. It made it worth going out there, even if you just played and you're tired and you're beat up and you go out there. And I understand why they did it, but I think it was a mistake, and especially when they made the players like Peyton and Breeze come down before and attend the game and do the media down there rather than being with their teams.
I thought that was a little foolish, but it's all driven by one thing: money.
Oh, yeah.
And it was the highest rated Pro Bowl in 10 years. So, you know what? If I'm Commissioner Goodell, okay, players, you know what? I'm sorry you don't like this. That's too damn bad. My league is making money off of sending this game in a contiguous 48 states, not flying everybody out to Hawaii, and having it before the Super Bowl. Because let's be honest, the Super Bowl is the climax. Everything should lead up to the Super Bowl.
No, I agree, because who cares once the Super Bowl is done? There's nothing else to look forward to.
Exactly.
But I still didn't watch the Pro Bowl.
I didn't watch it either.
Only thing I did like, though, was London Fletcher got to play at least, that because some players had to pull out, like Vilma, he got to go in and start, and I thought that was great for him.
Now, what can the NFL do to help the Pro Bowl along? Because let's be honest, the Pro Bowl is lacking. Yeah, it may have been the highest rated Pro Bowl in 10 years. That just goes to show how bad the Pro Bowl had been.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, though, look at the All-Star Weekend. Which do you watch more, the All-Star Game or the three-point slam dunk contest?
Exactly. That's what people are saying, that if they had a skills competition. But I'm not so sure that would still bring in the viewers.
I think it would bring in more. I remember one year, I don't remember what year it was or why, I just happened to be flipping through, and they were doing races between the players, and like Neil Rackers and Shane Graham were playing horse with field goal kicking. That was fun. I watched it. And if I knew that I could watch Chris Johnson race against Adrian Peterson or, different skill competition, long throw, like they do with the Senior Bowl stuff.
Do you think that would actually sell in the NFL?
I think so. I mean, they got nothing else to do. I watch their practices and the views of that.
They got
Stupid.
nothing else to do. Did you just say you watched The View?
No, the view of the practices.
Oh,
I was trying
okay.
to. I couldn't. The highlights of the practices. I couldn't remember. I don't know what to call them. It was bad.
See, I don't know that the skills competition, do I think they should do it? Yes. I don't know that players are going to be inclined to do it, though. It's the same. It's like the slam dunk competition. Players don't want to do it.
That's true. LeBron.
Because if they lose, there goes their cred. If Chris Johnson loses to Chad Ochocinco and the Ochocinco News Network, then he's in trouble.
Yeah, but I think that you'll still get some players out there, some of the younger guys, the ones that don't really care about that, out there to do that. And I think you can do more.
But if nobody's going to watch the Pro Bowl with the experienced guys, why would they watch the younger guys?
It's something on. It can't hurt to try. They can't do much worse than. Well, I mean, I guess after this year, the all-time high, it can do worse, but experiment, see how it goes.
Well, we'll see. And the other thing I mentioned sort of in jest, and this will round out our NFL segment, the Ochocinco News Network live in Miami this week. He's got other NFL players. I believe Chris Cooley is on the list. I believe Darnell Dawkins is on the list, and there's another player who I'm forgetting off the top of my head. But they're being legit about the Ochocinco News Network. They've teamed up with Motorola, and they're going to be at every press event. They're going to be at every big dinner. They're going to be asking the players questions. What's your take on that?
I like it. I don't know. I think Ochocinco, as much as I would not be happy if he's on my team. He's fun to listen to. I follow him on Twitter. He's an interesting guy. Let him have his fun. I think it's
funny. It worries me as a journalist, though, because if he goes out there and does a good job, then I think we're in trouble. But
because already all the announcing jobs and analytical jobs are taken by former players and coaches. And
exactly.
If it's reporting taken by former players,
and who is a player more likely to talk to? A player or a former player, or a journalist who's never played the game, who has a history of asking stupid questions? Because let's be honest, as journalists, we all get lumped into that quote-unquote media tag where, oh man, it's become a hassle for the players. But if they see guys that they know and guys that they think are funny, I think they're going to be more willing to talk to them.
I mean, yeah, that's why ESPN employs Bruce Bowen. I mean, why else would you have that
Besides
guy?
the fact that Bruce Bowen's incredibly good-looking.
And an idiot wearing a bow tie on TV every time.
Of course he wears a bow tie on TV. Be careful, I'm sentimental with the bow ties. My father wears a bow tie. All right, hey, look, that is segment one after a long layoff. We're trying to shake off some of the rust. Stay with us. Coming up, NBA basketball. Gilbert Arenas shooting people left and right, and now he's going to help out the youth. Kobe Bryant going for 44 to push him past number 44. And what the heck is going on with the turnover in college basketball? That's next on What We're Talking About.